Hello, welcome to my channel where I'll be talking about investments and specifically my portfolio and constant updates on what I'm doing with it. My current portfolio stands at £4,946.61, which is spread across 27 different holdings. Some huge companies that everybody knows are there. This past week it has unfortunately decreased by 1.1%, which is only about £56, but don't like to see the losses, but we deal with them. Overall, I'm looking to build a strong long-term portfolio which will pay me some dividends every month. Throughout this process, I just want to document my journey, share my learnings, my down days, up days, and really just everything that I've learned while investing. I have invested a total of £30.83 this week. I invested £15 into Pepsi, which are a huge global brand that compete with Coca-Cola. I feel like this company is just a staple for most people's everyday life, so should always be doing relatively well and pays good dividends, which I like. I also invested £15.83 into Tesco, which is a staple in the UK economy. So I feel like it can be pretty strong stock to pick, which we'll see later on. But foreshadowing there. But yeah. So as I mentioned, Tesco's earlier. This week it has increased by 5.6%, which is my biggest winner of the week, which I'm very happy about that I put my money in at the start of the week. We also have United Health Group increasing by 5.21%. Healthcare sector, and with its challenges over its controversies, has done really well. And JP Morgan Chase up 5%. One of the biggest banks. I think it's too big to fail, really. So I think it's quite a safe option to invest in. Now for the losers, which everybody has, normal. You don't like to see it, but it means you can buy the stocks at a cheaper price. Like Nvidia down nearly 12%, which is kind of expected with a company like that, where it's very volatile, as we've seen over the past year. Sometimes has great days, sometimes has really bad days. But I thought I'd kind of want to put that in there just to see what could happen with it, really. Next one's Microsoft, down 7.35%. Not ideal, but again, it's a staple in the industry, and it's currently my highest holding, with roughly £300 invested into them. But I have faith that they will keep increasing in stock price. And that leads me on to Tesla, which is down 6.18%, which again, like Nvidia, is a volatile stock, kind of expected. But I'm holding for the long term. Have faith in all of my stocks that I pick. Not that any of the stocks I pick are perfect or anything in this video is financial advice, but I like to just see what I can do compared to just buying the S&P 500. I've got a lot of time ahead of me, so may as well experiment while I can. And for my favourite part, the dividends. This week I received 33 pence from Visa, 62p from Rolls-Royce, £1.69 from Diageo, and 27p from Samsung, totaling £2.91. These dividends have been reinvested or plan to be reinvested every week to keep that kind of snowballing effect going, to hopefully compound later on when we're pulling in some bigger dividends. to help the portfolio grow more, and hopefully eventually bring some passive income that I can use day to day. But that'll be a few years down the line before we get to that point. And finally, I want to talk about the next stock I kind of want to look into a bit more. That is Nike. Nike is one of the biggest brands in the world. It's had a bit of a rough period recently, trading at about $43 per share, I believe. So I'm kind of looking to get into that. It pays good dividends. Just want to look into whether it's going to be a profitable one or not, which I really want to get into. Actually looking at the stocks I pick and doing a bit more kind of research into them to find out more about the stocks that I'm picking instead of just picking the big names out there like I have done so far. So far it has been a bit lucky with the stocks I pick, but I'm hoping that I can do a bit of research into Nike and really understand it. That's my update for the week. So thank you to anybody who's watched. Feel free to come back next week for another video. I'm going to try and stay as consistent as possible with this because I think it's just a really fun thing to do, to share my progress with people and see what people think about it. Thank you to anybody who's watched, and I'll see you next time.